Hi. Say what? Preaching damnable heresy, though? This is the type of stuff that makes me ask, are we really Protestant? Like, straight up. Straight up. Like, I know y'all read that, right? I'm going to bring it back. Bring it back one time, you know what I mean? But I have a hard time being associated with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Being ecumenical is supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, the way to be. Everybody loves it, you know what I'm saying? And we in Luth life, we're considered jerks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be that. You know what I mean? Because something I can't rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit here and say things like all the church fathers are teaching damnable heresy. Or if you believe in baptism regeneration, that's heresy. When majority of the church and majority of the saints that have ever been believers from 33 AD to now held that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to sit here and act like, you know what I'm saying, oh, that's cute. You think that we're all going to hell, but you? Oh, no. It's not how it's happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm not. Do you? 400 sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So for 400 years, views like what you just read became prevalent. Sounds like a lot. Until you realize the church is literally 2,000 years old. Like, and majority of that time, people held the baptism of regeneration. And people still do today. Here, present. So knowing that a good portion of Protestantism, matter of fact, I'm going to go as far as to say majority, by far, in Protestantism, reject baptism regeneration. They reject real presence. Two things that are like mandatory type stuff for Luth life, you know what I mean? Mandatory type stuff. But you want me to believe that we are the same, like we're cousins, like we're at the family reunion hanging out, dapping each other. I don't see it. I'm just keeping it 100. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Jordan Cooper in his podcast, YouTube show, he sums it up pretty well right here too.
Is because of our views of the sacraments. This is exactly what makes us not quite Protestant, as Philip Carey, said. He's got that new book on the meaning of Protestant theology. I haven't read it yet, but his older essay was, why Luther wasn't quite Protestant, because the sacramental theology doesn't quite fit with what we think of as Protestantism, and so Lutheranism is kind of this other strain. We've got Rome, the East, and then we've got Protestantism on this end, and then we've got Lutheranism somewhere in the middle.
Now, let's keep a little brief history recap. You know what I mean? Luther did his thing way over yonder, Germany, right? 1521, exiled by the Roman Catholic Church. Them, the other people, the other side of Reformation, they do their thing. Nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us, right? We hear about it, you know what I'm saying? They meet up 8 years later. Seems like a lot, 8 years. 8 times 300. Woo! A lot of days, a lot of minutes, right? That meeting didn't go so well. Didn't go so well at all. Matter of fact, Luther pretty much told Zwingli, whatever his name is, Zorich, basically told dude, kick rocks. It says this is my body. Get out and good riddance. What? Didn't shake hands afterwards. told him he had a different spirit, wasn't good. From that point in history, we have a split. It was never together to split, but it was a distinction where it's like, yo, we weren't together beforehand, we're not now, deuce. So from those 8 years when that split happened to 400 plus now to us, I'm supposed to still say I rock with them, like we're still supposed to be one, we're all under the label Protestant. Are you a Protestant? That's a question, man. Like people think it's a simple answer of, well, do you disagree with Rome? If that's the only requirement to be a Protestant, then Eastern Orthodox is Protestant, Seventh-day Adventist is Protestant. I mean, even the Mormons, they disagree with Rome. Are they Protestant? But then they throw in, well, then you have to hold to the solas and this and that. You get a little more detail. When Luther and Zwingli, yeah, him. When they sat down to discuss something, oh man, yo, put it this way. It never was the same after that. Every other denomination out of the 15,000 or however many they say that's around has came from them. You know what I'm saying? Are we Protestant? Then I'm on Twitter, I'm cruising around. And don't get me wrong, it's not all one-sided. Not at all. I think it's outright offensive that they turn the Lord's Supper into bread and juice time, snack time. I found it outright offensive that they turn baptism, a blessed gift from God where He blesses us and works on us, turn it into a bath to showcase in front of people. It's informational. You know what I'm saying? What's it they say? This is a proclamation to the community of what you believe in, a declaration of faith. No. So, I'll be wrong on my. I want to stop there. I find it outright offensive and I'll say slanderous to say God ordains evil. You know what I'm saying? Things like this right here. Notice the part where he says brings about for his own glory. The Holocaust. The sexual abuse of little kids. John Piper, it's disgusting. Or to say Jesus didn't die for all. You know what I'm saying? So on my end, there's some pretty stark differences also. You know what I'm saying? From various camps in the Protestant group. You know? But they all get together and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like in the realm of the Baptists, the SBC, their biggest denomination, you got Calvinist and Arminian hanging out, which is cool. Like I said, maybe to them the differences aren't that grand. They aren't that grand. They can hug it out. They can hug it out, work through it. You know what I'm saying? But I have a hard time being associated with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Being ecumenical, something I can't rock with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit here and say things like all the church fathers are teaching damnable heresy. Or if you believe in baptismal regeneration, that's heresy. When majority of the church and majority of the saints that have ever been believers from held that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that you're not a believer. I'm not going to go as far as you guys go with us. I'm not going to go that far. I'll say, you know what I'm saying, that's God's realm. That's his job to judge and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say that, that's not cool. And the stuff you're teaching don't seem right for the historic faith passed down, you know? But anyhow, I'm off on a little tangent, you know what I mean? Needless to say, but when I bring it to their doorstep and ask, so, St. Augustine, you know, the guy you guys always quote, is he a heretic? Is he damnable? Because he taught that and believed that too. What about Irenaeus? What about him? What about Martin Luther? I mean, y'all ain't Lutheran, but y'all sure love him, you know? Oh, then it's, let me ask you 500 questions and not answer your question. I hate when people do that. It's like me saying, do you think today's a nice day? Well, let me ask you something. Could you take a long walk in the park and not sweat? Could you go outside and feel a nice breeze going through your hair? Man, answer the question. Is it a nice day or what? Stop dodging. Y'all so bold and proclaiming things and casting out people from the kingdom and stuff, but then you bring it to your doorstep and you get pretty much caught up in your divisiveness. When you get caught up. What about? Yeah, man, listen. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually do this, but y'all be careful, because the same measurement you judge people will be held to you. I'm just saying. Anyhow, Wittenberg Project.